Bold and beautiful spoilers for Tuesday, October 7th. Shocking revelations rock Los Angeles. Ridge delivers devastating news to Taylor. Ridge Forrester finds himself in the uncomfortable position of breaking heart-wrenching news to Taylor Hayes on Tuesday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. Given Taylor's remarkable history of literally being resurrected from the dead twice during her tenure on the show, one might think she'd be less susceptible to shock when it comes to the impossible becoming reality. However, the bombshell Ridge is about to drop will test even her resilience. The source of Ridge's distress centers on Luna Nozawa, the troubled young woman who has been making headlines throughout Los Angeles for all the wrong reasons. While Taylor already received confirmation from Deacon Sharp that Luna survived her supposed death, a revelation that stunned the entire community, what she doesn't yet know is the full extent of Luna's latest scheme. Ridge has discovered that Luna is now claiming to be pregnant with Will Spencer's child, allegedly conceived after she took advantage of the young man while he was intoxicated. Ridge's concern extends far beyond the pregnancy itself. He suspects this calculated move represents Luna's twisted strategy to avoid facing justice for her extensive criminal history. By positioning herself as a pregnant woman carrying a Spencer heir, Luna may be attempting to leverage her condition as a get-out-of-jail-free card, manipulating the powerful Spencer family's protective instincts and the legal system's general reluctance to incarcerate expectant mothers. This cynical exploitation of pregnancy adds another layer to Luna's already disturbing pattern of manipulation. The timing of this revelation carries additional weight because Ridge knows Steffi left Los Angeles primarily due to the trauma and chaos Luna inflicted on their family. Ridge and the entire Forrester clan believed Luna's death had finally closed that dark chapter. Now, with Luna not only alive, but actively creating new complications, Ridge fears Steffi's return home may be indefinitely delayed, or that she might refuse to come back at all, knowing her tormentor remains in their midst. The pregnancy claim itself has sparked intense debate among Los Angeles elite families. Later in the week, Ridge, Bill Spencer, Taylor, Katie Logan, and Finn will engage in heated arguments about Luna's fate, specifically whether house arrest at the Spencer mansion constitutes appropriate consequences or whether she belongs behind bars despite her pregnancy. This ethical dilemma divides even those who unanimously agree Luna poses a danger to their community, Deck's surprise visit, and professional ambitions. In a lighter but equally significant development, Geek Sharp makes an unexpected visit to his sister Hope Logan. The longtime viewers anticipated this reunion given the siblings' close bond. During their conversation, Deke opens up about his professional aspirations, revealing a confession that could significantly impact Hope's position at Forrester Creations. Deke shares that he harbors serious ambitions of becoming a fashion designer, not just anywhere, but specifically at the prestigious Forrester Creations. This revelation raises immediate questions about his motivations and timing. Hope has only recently succeeded in reviving her struggling hope for the future fashion line, fighting tooth and nail to prove its viability to the Forrester executives who questioned its profitability. Now her brother emerges with designer aspirations targeting the same company. The complexities of this situation multiply when considering the company's current dynamics. Is Deke genuinely pursuing his creative passion, hoping his sister's position might provide networking opportunities? Or does he harbor more ambitious plans, perhaps angling to position himself as a lead designer who could potentially compete with or even replace Hope's line? His Tim Garaving just as Hope stabilizes her professional footing after ending her engagement to Carter Walton and navigating complicated feelings about Liam Spencer seems either remarkably coincidental or strategically calculated. Additionally, Deck's personal life includes a relationship with Remy Price, a newcomer to Los Angeles whose presence has introduced troubling complications to the community. Remy has been secretly stalking Elektra Forrester, creating an atmosphere of menace that Elektra herself doesn't yet fully recognize because she considers Remy a trusted friend from her past. This connection raises questions about what, if anything, Deke knows about his boyfriend's disturbing behavior and whether his arrival at Forrester Creations might somehow relate to Remy's obsessive fixation on Elektra. Luna's calculated explanation to Finn. The drama surrounding Luna's miraculous survival and subsequent pregnancy intensifies when she comes face-to-face with her biological father, Dr. John Finn Finnegan. For Finn, this encounter represents a particularly cruel emotional whiplash. Only recently discovered Luna was his daughter, had barely begun processing that revelation when she supposedly died. and now must confront the reality that she's alive, pregnant, and residing at Bill Spencer's mansion under house arrest rather than facing criminal prosecution. Luna wastes no time explaining her living arrangements to Finn. Spoilers indicate she likely emphasized her pregnancy with Will Spencer's child as justification for Bill's protective custody arrangement. What Luna presents as reasonable accommodation, however, many others view as special treatment afforded only because she's carrying what may be Spencer DNA. Her explanation conveniently omits the disturbing circumstances surrounding the conception, specifically that she drugged Will Spencer and sexually assaulted him while he was incapacitated. Finn finds himself trapped in an agonizing moral dilemma. On one hand, Luna committed heinous crimes against Steffi, the woman Finn loves and married. Luna's actions directly contributed to Steffi's decision to leave Los Angeles, temporarily fracturing Finn's family. On the other hand, Luna is Finn's biological daughter, and the pregnancy means Finn will soon become a grandfather. His past pattern of maintaining relationships with dangerous family members, specifically his inability to completely sever ties with his biological mother Sheila Carter despite her lengthy criminal history, suggests he may struggle to maintain appropriate boundaries with Luna as well. This internal conflict becomes more complicated when considering the upcoming paternity test. While Luna insists Will fathered her child, both Bill and Katie Spencer harbor serious doubts given Luna's documented history of manipulating paternity results. During a previous scandal, Luna successfully faked DNA test results even when Lee Finnegan, a medical professional, administered the test. Now, despite Katie bringing in the respected Dr. Bridget Forrester to conduct this paternity examination, many characters and viewers question whether the results can be trusted. Some fan theories suggest Bill Spencer himself might intervene to manipulate the test results, declaring Will is not the father in a desperate attempt to sever Luna's connection to his son. Bill's protective instincts toward Will, combined with his rage at Luna for victimizing his son, could motivate such drastic action. However, most insiders believe the test will confirm Will's paternity because eliminating that connection would essentially deflate the entire storyline's dramatic tension. The Remy and Elektra mystery deepens. While the episode's official description mentions Deke wondering how long he can keep information from Hope, the nature of this secret likely connects to the increasingly dangerous situation surrounding Elektra Forrester and her stalker, Remy Price. Remy, who is romantically involved with Deke, has been obsessively following and monitoring Elektra since arriving in Los Angeles, though Elektra remains blissfully unaware that her supposed friend harbors sinister intentions. The stalking situation has escalated significantly in recent weeks. Remy followed Elektra from her hometown to Los Angeles, covertly watched her romantic dinner with Will Spencer at Il Giardino restaurant, and strategically inserted himself into her life by securing employment at Deacon Sharp's establishment. Deacon, characteristically willing to give people second chances due to his own checkered past, hired Remy without conducting thorough background research, a decision that may have dangerous consequences. The disturbing dynamic between Remy and Elektra centers on a fundamental disconnect in their perceptions of their relationship. While viewers and Remy himself understand he's obsessively stalking her, Elektra greets him warmly when they encounter each other, apparently viewing him as a trusted friend from her past rather than recognizing the threat he poses. This disparity suggests Remy successfully concealed his obsessive tendencies while they knew each other previously, or that Elektra's traumatic past, which remains largely mysterious to viewership, left her with compromised instincts about recognizing danger. Some speculation suggests Remy's stalking behavior parallels Sheila Carter's notorious pattern of obsessive surveillance, particularly her campaign of terror against Steffi and Finn before their wedding. This similarity has sparked fan theories about potential hidden connections between characters, though no evidence has emerged supporting deeper conspiracy theories. What remains clear is that Remy poses a genuine threat to Elektra's safety, and possibly to Will Spencer as well, given Remy's evident jealousy over their romantic relationship. The question of whether Deke knows about his boyfriend's stalking activities represents a critical uncertainty. Is Deke completely in the dark about Remy's obsession with Elektra? Has he observed warning signs but rationalized them away? Or is he actively aware and now wrestling with how to handle this information, particularly as his professional ambitions draw him deeper into the Forrester Creations world, where Elektra works as the face of their jewelry line? His comment about keeping information from Hope suggests he's carrying a burden of knowledge that could have serious implications for multiple people in his life. Lee Finnegan's controversial role and potential consequences. Throughout this unfolding drama, Lee Finnegan occupies an increasingly precarious position. As the medical professional who secretly saved Luna's life after everyone believed she had died, Lee made a unilateral decision with far-reaching consequences she likely didn't fully anticipate. Her choice to give Luna a second chance is presumably motivated by compassion, medical ethics, or some combination thereof has now backfired spectacularly as Luna exploited that opportunity to drug and sexually assault Will Spencer. Lee's rage at Luna's latest crimes has been palpable in recent episodes. She unleashed her fury on the young woman, feeling profoundly betrayed after risking her medical career and reputation to provide what she thought was a path to redemption. Instead, Luna immediately resumed her pattern of manipulation and criminal behavior, validating the concerns of everyone who argued she belonged in custody rather than receiving second chances. The original article's pointed question about Lee's legal accountability raises legitimate concerns about justice and equal treatment under law. Grace Buckingham also confessed to serious wrongdoing and faced immediate legal consequences, yet Leewo concealed a supposed death, falsified records, and enabled a known criminal to remain free, thus far avoided arrest. This disparity in consequences creates reasonable questions about whether family connections, professional status, or other factors are shielding Lee from accountability that others face for similar actions. Ridge's upcoming emotional encounter with Lee, during which she admits her mistakes, may represent a turning point. Whether this confession occurs privately or involves authorities remains unclear, but the weight of her decisions clearly burdens Lee's conscience. Her grandson Finn, Luna's biological father, adds another layer of complication. Lee must navigate her relationship with Finn while acknowledging that her choices directly enabled Luna to victimize Will Spencer and traumatize multiple families. The broader community's reaction to Luna's survival has been uniformly negative, with Ridge, Brooke, Katie, and others expressing fury at both Lee's deception and Bill Spencer's decision to shelter Luna at his mansion rather than immediately involving law enforcement. These mounting pressures suggest Lee may ultimately face professional sanctions from medical boards, legal charges related to her cover-up, or at minimum, severe damage to her relationships and reputation within the community. Looking ahead, unresolved tensions and future complications. Tuesday's episode represents just one chapter in storylines that promise extensive future developments. The paternity test results for Luna's baby will arrive with surprising speed, given typical pregnancy timeliness apparently within days of conception, demonstrating the soap opera tradition of accelerated biological processes when drama demands it. These results will either confirm Will's paternity, cementing Luna's connection to the Spencer family and complicating any efforts to prosecute her, or potentially reveal manipulation of the results by Bill or another party desperate to protect Will from Luna's influence. The debate about Luna's appropriate punishment, thus arrest versus incarceration, will intensify as Ridge, Bill, Taylor, Katie, and Finn clash over competing priorities of justice, the baby's welfare, Will's trauma, and family reputations. Bill's protective instincts toward his grandson-to-be may conflict with his desire to see Luna face consequences for victimizing Will, creating internal contradictions he'll struggle to resolve. Meanwhile, Hope continues navigating her complicated romantic situation between Carter, who recently released her from their engagement with painful Grace, and Liam, with whom she shares history and a daughter. Her brother Deck's arrival and professional ambitions add another variable to Hope's already tumultuous personal and professional life. Whether Deke becomes a supportive ally in her career or an unexpected competitor remains to be seen. The Remy-Electra triangle grows increasingly dangerous as Remy's obsession intensifies and his stalking behavior escalates. Luna's pregnancy has already devastated the budding romance between Will and Electra, with both young people thinking about each other separately but unable to bridge the emotional distance the scandal created. Whether they can overcome this trauma or whether Remy will exploit the situation for his own disturbing purposes represents another major uncertainty. As Tuesday's episode unfolds, Taylor's reaction to Ridge's devastating news will set the tone for how the Forrester family navigates yet another crisis manufactured by Luna Nozawa's presence in their lives. With Steffi's return timeline now uncertain and multiple families grappling with the ripple effects of one person's destructive choices, Los Angeles faces a period of unprecedented turmoil that will test relationships, loyalties, and the very concept of justice within this interconnected community.